Ayubowan, Wanakam, Lal Salam, comrades, and thank you dearly for the privilege of witnessing and being part of this historical moment with you all. I am Vincenzo and I represent the Migrants and Refugees Movement of Napoli, South Italy. Our movement is an organization of Marxist-Leninist principles which for the past 10 years has been on the front line of the fight for the rights of immigrants and refugee workers on the Italian territory. It has grown to be, thanks to the tireless dedication and work of our comrades, one of the, if not the largest organization of immigrants in Italy, working and fighting along a total of about 15,000 people throughout the years, of whom I bring you regards, from Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Senegal, Gambia, Nigeria, Ghana, Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, Brazil, Argentina, El Salvador, Kashmir, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Nepal, and many more, among which we are especially proud to mention Palestine and Sri Lanka, whose people have been since the very first moment fighting along us, guided by the Frontline Socialist Party comrades of Napoli. Our movement is an autonomous movement, yet it exists organically within the framework of our general political organization, the Party Potere al Popolo. Comrades from the general organization have started this activity and continue directing it, while hundreds of militants have throughout the years been trained who come directly from the migrant communities. And our interface with the communities themselves, and on the other side do an activity of agitation in the moment of protest and conflict that we organize. The theory and practice we apply and share with you today is one of conflictual mutualism, meaning that the activities that we carry, mainly but not only the struggle for the right to documents, healthcare, education, is not of mere assistance, but constitutes a struggle which takes place within the largest struggle of the fight for the salary. A worker who has a regular and stable document has a power in negotiating salary and work conditions that an irregular worker does not have. To us then, the social rights are instruments which can give wider guarantees to the migrant segment of the workforce, which is a fundamental part of our class, which suffers the most from the institutionalized violence and war on the working class that we all witness. This ideological and theoretical framework is not something we have invented, but it has existed ever since the first so-called houses of the people in Italy, which offered services to peasants and workers, and through these guaranteed forms of support and mutualism to all, as food, legal assistance, medical support, and at the same time providing a space for the workers to meet and organize. A tradition that we still carry on in spaces like the XOPG, where the social and political activities of the movement mainly take place, which ever since its occupation 11 years ago has also been the space where the Frontline Socialist Party section of Napoli has been meeting, happily leading us here today with you all at this beautiful and powerful Congress. Immigration in our part of the world, in Europe and beyond, if we think of the masses of South Asian workers in the Arab Gulf countries, just to mention one example, has become one of the main issues of our societies. And as such, it has become an ideological banner for the far-right parties that we have seen rising to power. Yet, beyond this ideological and identitarian rhetoric, we must remember that migration was born as a movement of workforce at low cost, with deep roots in the history of colonialism. Our aim is therefore not simply to address the plan of civil rights and social status, yet to enforce the intervention that our general organization has on every aspect of society, along with our students and youth wings and our work along with the unions, especially the USB, our main partner, which in solidarity with the Palestinian people has led 2 general strikes in the past years with the Blocchiamo Tutto campaign. Ours is a struggle with limits, mainly the national normative on immigration, which through countless acts keeps changing in order to make it impossible for foreign people to keep up with the regulation changings every 1 or 2 years, having seen center-left and center-right parties alternating to carry out the exact same policies of exclusion and marginalization. On top of this, we add the growing tendencies within Europe to progressively externalize frontiers and criminalize immigration worldwide. What we managed to bring home with our fight on the local territory, thanks to the power relations we have established, are first of all thanks to the great numbers that we fight with and to the scientific organization of the work we do through militant investigation. As all our social assistance counters and legal assistance counters serve as instruments of critical analysis of the real conditions of the workers that we fight with. This data that we collect is then brought to the democratic assemblies of the movement together with the militants and the representatives of the communities and transformed into political demands. Since the local struggle reaches its limits and we carry home the results that we can, the general plan remains unsolved. To respond to this issue, we have since 2 years started a national platform named Not on Our Skin, of which the Italian sections of the Frontline Socialist parties are also part of, which aims to unite all the immigration sectors in Italy and to strive for a national dimension, as we cannot change the laws regarding immigration if we can't have direct pressure on our government. We had our first national march in 2023, and we are working on the next one this year. The objective remains to create a movement on a national basis that is participated by the masses with a real radical platform, which keeps interacting with the political force we have within Potere al Popolo, who expresses through its program our demands regarding immigration, a program that we have written starting precisely from our militant analysis carried forward with our movement and our national platform. Lastly, a plan that we try to develop is the international one. We have developed through the years relations with movement of refugees and immigrants in other parts of Europe, mainly Amsterdam and Barcelona, as well as bonds with political organizations in the countries our comrades come from, such as your party, or movements in West Africa, and more. These international links not only serve the purpose of gaining solidarity, but become important times of confrontation to gain a global vision beyond our cities and countries. In our movement we chant, "Tocca uno, tocchi tutti," which means if you touch one of us, you touch all of us. Today, we are grateful and proud to stand with you in your struggle here, as you have stood with us in our struggle there. The working class has no nation. From Napoli to Palestine to Sri Lanka, we will never accept to be turned into slaves or meat to be slaughtered for the profit of the owners. We will write history, and we will write it together. Inkilab Zindabad, long live the struggle. Thank you. Nandri Stuti.